Yeah, so check it out. This is how this is gonna work. I'm not even kidding. This is all for your guys' viewing pleasure. If you're under the age of 18, do not show your parents this video. Good enough. It does not like to cycle sideways. That's awesome. The DF12 is Hatsan's gas-operated semi-automatic shotgun entry into their Escort line of Turkish shotguns. This one is designed to mimic some of the features we're used to seeing in AR-style rifles. The DF12 is set up to take up to 3-inch shells, but fair warning, the mini shells don't play nice, as you would expect with just about any semi-automatic shotgun. No. Yeah, so this is what happens. They end up diving. It ships with 3 5-round magazines that we will actually get to here in a little bit, but also available are denominations of 2 and 10 round. There's also an after-factory Pro Mag in that pattern, but Pro Mag.
Shoot that out of whatever this is.
All right. There it is. You can do it.
Forward assisted.
You could do it. He's not tall enough to kick it shut. Uh-oh. It went in. Let's make sure that there's not an obstruction. We're going to say that the Pro Mag is done for the rest of the video.
Cycling it, eventually you just like hammer it in there.
There you go.
It's pretty much what I'm going with.
As you would expect, the gun is constructed mostly of aluminum, but does have steel reinforcements in key areas that you would expect to need to be beefed up for 12 gauge, and sports a chrome-plated barrel that comes in either 18 or 20 inches, which includes the chokes. The gun does have some ambi considerations, especially for you left-handers, so that the charging handle can be swappable for user preference. The fixed stock comes adjustable for cheek height, and also includes a respectable rubber pad that helps dial down the recoil a bit. The Picatinny rail runs the length of the upper receiver and continues in select locations on the handguard to balance utility with weight. The shotgun includes 2 sight setups, including a fixed adjustable front and carry handle, and flip-up backup iron sights for those of you who choose to run optics. And fight! Loads fairly simply. There's a notch there at the back. Basically push in, push the rear, push in, push the rear, and you might get a little bit of binding. This is just 12 gauge out of magazines, where it may catch on the brass of the previous round. So you're gonna have to force it through that. But as far as loading the magazine is concerned, these are not nearly as bad. See, there we go. It's kind of, spring tension's pretty high, so it's kind of caught, so you just give it a little bit of love. This is supposed to hold 20, but try as I might, I can only get 18 in it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and run through this ammo and see if we can replicate any of the issues with the different ammo. So here we go. 1 weak ejection. Okay. Locks open. Or not. Okay. I'm gonna give Pro Mag a shot here. Ooh, that's heavy. Go figure, Pro Mag. Well, you know, it's almost like it over inserted, which is weird. Yeah, it went down like maybe 50 thousandths after I kind of just gave it a little bit of a tug. So I don't know if the magazine was over inserted. Like maybe this thing doesn't have an over insertion tab. Weird. And apparently, whatever ProMag's got going on here does not initiate the last round bolt hold open. So let's see, maybe if we push that 50 thousandths back up. Nope. And that is a true locks open on the last round. There's a mechanism the follower pushes up, unlike say like an AK that has been loaded with last round bolt hold open mags. You can remove this magazine and that bolt stays to the rear. You have to release it yourself. So it's not just catching on the follower of the magazine. Ear pro suggested. Yes, indeed. So we did have one issue with this gun during testing, and it was actually a parts breakage. And what happened was they were using kind of a mild steel retaining pin for the firing pin in this bolt, and we actually broke it. Uh-oh. Oh. Is that super high brass stuff?
Yep.
Mortar it.
We got a spring.
Yeah, we've got spontaneous disassembly here. That's not good. So, good on Hatsan because they took the feedback and they rapidly came out with a fix for it. So what they did is they put a hardened pin in its place, snugged it up on the tolerance quite a bit, and what we're going to do for the rest of the testing is basically run this gun through the paces and see if we can't break that pin too, especially when we go to slugs. This is liable to be great. We need to get this live shell out of here first, so we're going to lift the extractor, and I'm going to halfway pipe it, just bingo. Just give her a little bit of a push, and it doesn't look good. Luckily, this is the VSO Gun Channel, and we come prepared. Spanglish, what is that?
That looks like a firing pin.
That is a firing pin, boys and girls. So it skipped, the firing pin skipped the channel and somehow ended up over here instead of inside there. And that thing is toast. So unlike some shotguns out there, and this does have chokes. The other ones are much smaller than this. So we're just gonna thread that in there and we're gonna pattern it. So I've got a piece of cardboard right there, 25 yards away. We're just gonna pattern it, see how she does, and then I can tack this gun out for running guns. Bullcrap, Walmart ammo, here we go. So I went up and looked at it, and before I show you to you guys, I'm gonna shoot some double-aught while we got the cylinder in, so that you have something to look at. This is 9 pellet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're missing 2 pellets. It does look like it's placing them a little bit low, even though my point of aim was right here. So the other thing I will say is that as far as the 7.5 shot is concerned, we've got impacts all the way up here into the head even. And I'm not even sure that you guys can see them because there's really no pattern to this. It just basically blanketed the whole target with the cylinder bore choke. So this is how they ship. In these little, like, almost like a film container that doesn't have the wording on it. And this is a bushing that goes over top that basically holds the handguard and everything on. So we're just gonna tube it because we haven't done that yet. Oh, 1/4 inch choke. Roughly 3 times as dense, maybe 5 times as dense. And the group also moved up. Same point of aim, right here. There you have it. All 9 pellets there in the center. One of these 10 that is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, was left over from our original shot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th one is up in there somewhere. Well, I'm about to get rained on. So we're gonna see if we can get this in before it starts raining. 1/4 inch choke out. Full choke. Not sure if you guys can see that or not. Full choke in. And they do so graciously write on it, do not shoot slugs or sabots out of these. And that is generally a good rule. Do not shoot slugs and sabots out of your full choke shotgun. Your double-aught should be okay. So, and we're gonna shoot double-aught out of this today. Full choke, all pellets on with the double-aught, probably a 5-inch group or so. 2 thumbs up on that. And then you can see here is our pattern for the 7.5 shot. Much tighter. I'm going to go ahead and suggest that unless you're shooting slugs out of this gun, you go ahead and go with the full choke in the gun, even though the cylinder bore choke looks pretty cool. So we have a treat today. My friend Evan from shootsteel.com, the guy who's responsible for all of the steel that you guys see all the time, is here. He was passing through and he's going to do the honors for our slugs here today, mostly because I don't feel like shooting the slugs.
Yeah.
Have a good time. Looks like you're hitting low. There it is. How's it feel with the slugs?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Well, I have to say that looked like a lot of fun. I feel like I need to take a turn with the slugs.
Yeah, you should try it. It's pretty low recoil.
And I'm gonna start out lobbing them into the van down there. Okay, you're right, fairly low recoil. I don't know, Evan, do you think I can Kentucky windage and hit the short-range rifle target down there?
Give it a shot.
Yeah, let's see here. There was no flinch. You didn't see any flinches.
There you go.
I was gonna say we're gonna quit while we're ahead. It looks like it took them. How's that gun feel as far as recoil with that really high brass stuff?
That is not bad at all.
Not bad?
No,
Tames it down?
I actually like shooting this better than my 930 with that.
Those 1,400 feet per second ones.
Yeah.
Get your attention.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
The more that you love it, the less that you will learn.
Bacon in the house, trying to wreck his shoulder.
I have no idea what I'm holding.
That's okay. You don't have to know, you just have to pull the trigger.
Okay.
All right, I want 1 shotgun blast on every target. And begin. Through the woods, through the woods.
Barely see the hostage target.
You can do it, you can do it. Mow that weed. I think you got both of them.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think that constitutes all the targets.
Yeah.
Somebody else can have the other one.
Oh.
Well, there you have it. That's all we're going to write on the Escort DF12. I did take the liberty of going back inside and taking a look at that second pin to see how it was doing. It's got about 1,000 rounds on it, a little bit more than 1,000 rounds, and 250 of which were slugs. Special thanks to LAX Ammunition out there behind enemy lines helping us out with that one, so definitely look those guys up, fighting the good fight over there in Cali. But if you look at it, you can see that there's some metal on metal contact, which is to be expected for a firing pin, retaining pin, but that contact is more appropriately justified to the center line of the pin than that of its predecessor. So again, not only did Hatsan harden it, but they moved it around in the channel to make sure that it's doing its job properly. So good on them, of course. But that's all for us here. Hope that you guys had as good a time watching this video as we had shooting it. So I'm gonna go ahead and burn up the rest of the slugs that we have here. Come on. Didn't get it.
Oh, almost.
Hostage target.
Did I get it?
Yep, you got it. And the hostage.
No hostage, no problem.